let's go ahead and get started. Excuse me. Living Life family, this is the Satrilrose. Coming at you guys with another live stream. I had to test it before I actually went live, but today I had to get on and talk about this, man. You know, I had to get on here, and I really needed to talk about this. Spirit prompted me to go live and share this experience with you guys, and I hope that a lot of you all resonate with it. You know, whoever decides to come into the chat and whoever decides to engage and interact with this conversation, I hope that you guys resonate with this, and I hope it helps somebody out there. You know, as always, you guys can find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, the Satrilrose. Again, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, the Satrilrose. My website, if you guys would like to book readings, I am still doing readings. I am available throughout the week, all week. Excuse me. Throughout the week, all week, I am available. The link to my website is in the description, and I will put my Cashapp if you guys would like to donate in the chat. I will pin it at the top. And without further ado, man, let's get into it. Let me go ahead and put my Cashapp in for donations. If you are so kind to send donations, I would greatly appreciate it. I love doing this work, and I want to do this for as long as I possibly can. And you guys' support is greatly appreciated. All right, we going ahead and got that done. So as I said before, right, I wanted to come to you guys because the last live stream I did, right, I spoke about this new era that we're about to approach, right? I spoke about this new era that we're about to approach, this golden era, this threshold that we're about to cross over, right? But I believe that before we do that, before that even happens, right, I believe that a lot of us are going to be going through what you call a quantum leap. And a lot of us are experiencing those quantum leaps, and those, symptoms right now, whether it be depression, whether it be anxiety, whether it be, disappointment, dissatisfaction, whatever the case may be. I believe that we are experiencing those so-called symptoms right now, right? And I personally have had give me 1 second. I personally have had my experience with these so-called symptoms, right? Some even refer to them as ascension symptoms. Some may refer to them as ascension symptoms, right? So, as I said before, it may be a series of anxiety. It may be a series of depression. And what Spirit is basically telling me right now is that a lot of us right now, we should be focusing on our mental and emotional, right? Meaning heart and mind, right? And if you look at the chakra system, it would be the heart chakra and the crown chakra. This is what I believe, right? And as you guys can see, I have Obatala in the thumbnail. And to me, Obatala, and it's no coincidence that it's Sunday and I'm doing this live stream, right? To me, Obatala represents the crown chakra. That's what Obatala represents to me, right? One of the most powerful Orisha. You know what I mean? And I feel as though with me personally, he's one of the main Orisha that governs me and guides me, to do this work and to be able to have the wherewithal and to have the tools to be able to continue to do this work. I'm not the end all be all, but I do believe that I do possess a certain gift, as we all do. And if you are a part of this stream, if you are watching my channel, so do you, right? So the other day, actually, yesterday, I believe. Yeah. This was yesterday, right? I had an experience to where I could have had an anxiety attack, a full-blown anxiety attack. And during this experience, you know, there was this great fear of, I don't know, maybe I'm losing my mind. Maybe I'm, you know, maybe I need to call 911. I'm sitting here, I'm on the phone, you know, they ask me like, you know, are you okay? Like, are you all right? I say, yeah, I'm good. I get up and I question myself. Okay, am I okay? Am I all right? Am I good? I didn't know. I thought I was genuinely losing my mind at this point, right? So I'm pacing back and forth outside because by this time I've gotten up and actually went outside, you know, and came back inside of the house. I came back in, looked in the mirror, and I asked myself again, am I okay? Spirit say, no, something is off. Something is not right. And in that moment, I had to acknowledge the fact that I may be having an anxiety attack. Now, this is something that I've had bouts with in the past, right? And I'm not the type of person to self-diagnose. I'm not the type of person to, you know, just throw certain diagnosis onto myself, or, you know, just throw certain things around, right? But I do believe that this is something that I've battled with on a constant basis, which is anxiety. And this is something that over time that I've had to kind of work through. And I'm grateful enough that I have the wherewithal, and I have the tools, and I have the know-how to work through this. So during that moment, the first thing Spirit told me to do, the first thing was to meditate. The first step was to acknowledge the anxiety. The second step was to, okay, how can you control the anxiety? Right? How are you going to control the anxiety? How are you going to work through the anxiety? Right? So as I'm sitting there and I'm meditating, focusing on my breathing. And at this point, I'm chanting, right? And I feel this energy, just this light energy come over me, right? I feel this light energy come over me. And it's like this sense of anxiety is slowly weighing off of me, right? And again, I'm extremely grateful that I even have the know-how to be able to control that emotion, be able to control that energy. You know, this is something that I've had to help a very, very close family member of mine throughout their bout with this as well, right? So during that moment of me meditating, I'm thinking about all of the things that plague me on a daily basis. I'm thinking about all of the demons I have to face, right? All of the hurt that I've experienced, whatever the case may be, right? And I felt as though that I was purging in that moment. And this is something that I've been doing for the past couple of months. But this particular day, that purge was violent. You know, that purge was violent because this is something that, you know, as I said before, like this is something that I've battled with before, right? And I haven't felt that way in such a long time. And it's like the first thing that came to my mind in that moment was, okay, am I losing my mind? Am I about to be committed into a mental hospital? Whatever the case may be. This is something that I thought about. These are things that I've thought about in that moment. And it was terrifying. It was terrifying. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. So in that moment, You know, I'm terrified. I'm you know, so many emotions and so many things are coming over me, and it's like, when am I gonna stop fighting this battle, right? That was one, and I felt as though that was my inner child. So the point I'm making is, right, a lot of us right now are experiencing these so-called symptoms, experiencing these so-called emotions, experiencing these so-called, you know, battles. A lot of us are going to be ready to quit our jobs. A lot of us are going to be ready to drop out of school, whatever the case may be. A lot of us are going to be ready to get away from certain family members, whatever that is, right? And the reason for that is because of this quantum leap that a lot of us are going to be going through. And I believe that a lot of us are going to be going through this quantum leap because this has to happen before we enter that golden age. Before we enter that golden age, we have to experience these quantum leaps. And I refer to them as many because there's going to be more than just one. And a lot of us, the work that a lot of us are doing right now, right? The work that a lot of us are doing is what prompted this to happen. Because everybody that knows, like, you know, quantum leaps are extremely dangerous. Quantum leaps, well, I wouldn't refer to it as extremely dangerous, but they are. You definitely have to be careful with the quantum leap, right? You really do have to be careful with the quantum leap. You have to practice extreme caution with the quantum leap, because if you do it, if you go into this quantum leap too early, or when you're not ready to, this is something that can spiritually, mentally, and emotionally hurt a lot of us, right? It can really hurt a lot of us. So during this time that, you know, we're going through this, I encourage a lot of us right now, again, a lot of us really should be focusing on our hearts and our minds. Focus on your heart chakra. Cleanse your heart chakra, then your mind. This is just what I believe. This is just what I believe. Like I said, Spirit prompted me to get on here, you know, and talk to you guys about this. I don't know how long I'm going to be on here. And I just pray that this gets to whoever it needs to get to, because this is something that really needs to be talked about. This is something that really needs to be talked about right now. This really needs to be talked about right now, you know. And excuse me if I'm pausing right now. You know, I have to make sure everything is running right. So, like I said, right now, and I believe that this is something that's going to be happening whether we're aware of it or not, because Spirit constantly works on us. Spirit constantly works on us. Spirit constantly works through us. You know, our ancestors are working on us. Our ancestors are working through us, right? And I feel like a lot of us are purging our heart chakras. A lot of us, you know, have suffered enough hurt. A lot of us have suffered enough trauma. A lot of us have people in our lives who place their trauma onto us. You know, a lot of us have family, friends, you know, co-workers, whatever the case may be. Bosses, supervisors, whatever the case may be, people in our lives who place their trauma onto us. Because we possess a certain type of energy, because we vibrate at a certain type of frequency. So a lot of us are purging that hurt, purging that trauma, and purging that heart chakra. And rightfully so, because you deserve that. I would want that for anybody, right? I would want that for anybody, especially those who are close to me. especially those who are close to me. And that can look like many, many things, right? What's going on, Bad Clap? Hey, y'all go rock with my boy Bad Clap, man. Y'all go subscribe to his channel. We did a lot of streams. We got a lot of things in the works, man. I appreciate you for coming on, man. Say I'm sounding good. That's a bet. That's a bet. Y'all go subscribe to my partner, man. You know, we got a lot of things in the works. You know, we did a lot of live streams together, man. We got a lot of things that a lot of things that we're gonna be talking about. Yeah, I had to add something to it, man. Appreciate it, man. Hey, I appreciate you for even supporting, man. I appreciate you for even helping me out with this, bro, for real. I appreciate it, man. I'm grateful. Definitely grateful. Yeah, man. Right now, I just feel like a lot of us, like I said, we need people like that. We need our soul family right now. If you have anybody in your life right now who's genuinely supporting you, you have anybody in your life right now who's actually walking with you and working with you during this time. Because like I said, when we go through this quantum leap, a lot of that hurt and a lot of that is gonna be purged. It's gonna be, I feel as though that keeping those people around you, keeping that high vibration around you is where we all need to be right now. That's exactly where we need to be, in a space of gratitude, man. We need to be in a space of gratitude, a state of gratitude right now. Definitely. That's the best thing I've heard today. We all need to have that breakthrough. We all need to be in a state of gratitude, because this shift is about to be so powerful. This shift is about to be so extreme. Like I said, I encourage all of you to work on your heart chakra. And a lot of you may be seeing the color green. A lot of you may be around the color green. And I'm on Bad Cloud. We talked about this, we talked about this, not to talk, not to speak too personal, but we both had our experiences in the dream state. You know what I mean? And this is the download that Spirit gave me. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of us really need to be focusing on our heart chakra right now. Our heart chakra, crown chakra, meaning the heart and the mind. Because that experience that I had, during that experience, it was like, as uncomfortable as it was, the first thing that I noticed was that as I'm having this mental crisis, my heart rate started to go up. My heart rate started to go up, right? So again, that heart and that mind connection, as the mind starts to race, so does the heart. As the mind starts to race, so does the heart. As the heart starts to race, so does the mind. Like I said, this is something that I had to that I felt the need to talk about. I just hope and I pray that it gets to whoever it needs to get to. You guys like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Trying to beat this algorithm. So, y'all let me know. Trying to get my page out there. I'm trying to get my channel out there, because I really feel as though that a lot of this stuff needs to be talked about. And I feel like my experience can help somebody, it can help someone, so and I feel as though that, like I said, doing this work, doing this work of clearing that heart chakra, of course, quite naturally, you're going to be doing that mental work, and I feel as though that a lot of us should be working on that mental, clarity. Mental clarity is probably the most peaceful and blissful experience that a lot of us could have. Because let's think about on a day-to-day basis, right? Let's not even talk about the things that we have to face in our personal lives. Let's talk about the things that we have to face in the media. Let's talk about the things that we have to face in society. There's things that this matrix is trying to place on us that's meant to lower our vibration, that's meant to lower our frequency, right? There are things in this reality, in this so-called earthly realm, that are meant to lower your frequency, because we're focusing on jobs, we're focusing on material gain, social status. How can I become more wealthy? How can I become more successful? How can I become more? That's what we're focusing on. We're not focused on the mind. We're not focused on the emotional state of self. We're not focused on meditation. A lot of us don't even have time to meditate because we have to go to work. Let's talk about the personal, right? A lot of us go to jobs. A lot of us go to jobs around people that we have to kind of fake with. A lot of us go to jobs to where our boss, our supervisor, is highly disrespectful. Whatever the case may be, right? A lot of us are coming home to spouses. A lot of you all are in relationships with people who you shouldn't be with. That's an entirely different conversation to have. But this is just what I'm seeing. This is what Spirit is showing me, Exactly. Definitely bringing some clarity to exactly, man. I'm telling you, like, that clarity, that mental clarity, it's the most peaceful you can be. It's the most blissful experience you can have. I'm telling you, And a lot of us, like I said, a lot of us are going through things in our personal lives that's bringing us down on a spiritual sense. A lot of us are going through things in our personal lives that's bringing us down in a spiritual sense, lowering our frequency, lowering our vibration. You know what I mean? I'm guilty of that as well, because I pay attention to the mundane. I pay attention to the material. You get so tapped into the matrix to where it starts to consume you. You start to believe that you're a part of this physical reality when you're not. We are not here. We are not from here. We are spiritual beings having human experiences. A lot of us are not even meant to be going through a lot of the things that we're going through. And this is why this conversation is so important, because this leap is going to expose that. This quantum leap is going to be exposing that right now. This quantum leap that we're about to experience, that we're experiencing right now as we speak, is going to expose the fact that you were not supposed to experience what you experienced. You were not supposed to go through a lot of the things that you went through. Financially, mentally, emotionally, romantically. You were not supposed to go through that. However, I will say that we go through things for a specific reason. Our ancestors are not gonna face us with something that our souls and spirits can't handle. And that's a powerful statement. Exactly. Our dream state, pay attention to those. This is something that me and Banclap, we talk about on a daily basis. And I can't wait to have them on this, on these streams, because these are going to be powerful conversations that we have. I just have to figure my own, system out and figure this out so I can have him on here. And once I get it down packed, once I get everything down packed, I promise you, we're about to have some powerful conversations. We're about to have some powerful conversations, man. We're about to build, the conversations that we're about to have, the builds that we're about to have, it's going to bring a lot of great, it's going to open up a lot of doors, I should say, right? It's definitely gonna, definitely looking forward to collaborate with whoever we decide to have on, man. I really do believe that that we can get some good work in, man, for real. And this is me stepping completely out of my comfort zone. Since I've been doing this, it started off with the videos, and now I'm doing live streams. Sooner or later I'll be doing my readings and stuff like that again, but I really just want to focus on this, right? So as I was saying, I really do believe that this quantum leap, I spoke about this golden age, this era that we're about to enter, but I really do believe in my spirit that, and this is something that my inner child was showing me, the dreams that I was having. A lot of us right now are conquering our demons. You look at the etymology of demon, the root word for demon is daemon. That word means genius. A lot of people are fighting their demons while we're engaging with them, having conversation with them. A lot of people are afraid of their demons. We look ours in the face on a daily basis. We look at our demons in the face on a daily basis. You know what I mean? We don't run from them. We face them, and we understand them. And I feel like, again, this is what my inner child has been showing me. I'm so proud of my inner child, because he's shown me how strong we can be. My inner child has shown me how powerful we can be. And we just step out of that shell and hone in on our gifts. Let me get this straight real quick. Hone in on our gifts and hone in on our gifts and our talents, We could be great. We could be great. I'm telling you guys, it's about to be a powerful shift. It's about to be a powerful time that we're embarking. And I can't wait to hear about the stories. I can't wait to hear about the success stories and the come up stories that a lot of us are about to have right now. A lot of us are about to have come up stories. Like, it's going to be powerful. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be so powerful. Oh, you say, why do you call it a quantum leap? I just feel like right now, I feel like a lot of us are really going to be in a space to where we're catapulted into a different energy. Like, I don't know, it's just what I've been feeling like. The shift is about to be so intense. Like, the shift is about to be so intense that that's what it's gonna be. Like, it's gonna be a quantum leap. Like, you know, it's not gonna be something to where you look up one day and you're in the same reality. Or no, you're not gonna look at everybody the same. You're not gonna look at everybody how you experience this matrix before is not going to be how it's not the way you're going to experience it once this shift happens. I don't know, I don't know, this is just what I feel. You know what I mean? This is just what I feel. And I feel as though, like I said, this experience that I had, I always, as an alchemist, I consider myself an alchemist, right? You learn transmutation, and I feel as though that having that experience that I had, being able to have that experience, I was able to transmute that into something. I was able to transmute that energy. And a lot of us have to learn this. I'm glad you brought that up. You brought me to my next point too. I'm glad you brought that up as far as what we need to do, right? As far as what we need to do. Understand your dreams. Decode those dreams. Decipher those dreams. Because right now, and we talked about this too, man. Like we talked about this just now. Our ancestors and our spirits, spirit guides rather, our inner children are going to be giving us those messages in those dreams. Like you said, you have to make sure that you're in the right reality. You have to make sure that you're in the right reality, right? So what I believe a lot of us should be doing, if you don't have anybody close that you can share those dreams with, make sure that you're journaling those dreams. Make sure that you're recording a voice recording, making sure that you have some type of documentation of those dreams. Honestly, between now, we're in April. For the next few months, I believe that this is what we should be doing. At least until August. This is what I believe in, at least until August. At least until August, right? I believe that a lot of us should be, another thing too that Spirit is telling me right now, I believe a lot of us should start creating altars to our inner child. Make an altar to your inner child. Make an altar to your inner child. Show your inner child that you're proud of them. Show your inner child that you're there for them, that you care for them. Make an altar to your inner child. Like I said, these are the things that I believe that we should be working on, right? During that meditation, as you're focusing on your breathing, whatever, and meditation doesn't have to be one set thing, right? There are so many different ways to meditate. Me playing my guitar, that's a form of meditation. Me drawing, that's a form of meditation. But the traditional sense of meditation, I do that every morning. A lot of people don't believe in sitting in the lotus position and chanting and breathing and whatever the case may be. But me personally, I love it. I love, because it's so uncomfortable to the point to where you start to love it. It's so uncomfortable to the point to where you actually start to love it, right? So I sit in this lotus position every morning, no matter what time I wake up. Every day I wake up. Every day I open my eyes, brush my teeth, wash my face, whatever the case may be, right? I come back and I meditate. I do my chants. And I've created this discipline because I feel as though for me, I need that set discipline, right? I need that set discipline. And during that state of meditation, the things that I try not to think about, or that I work so hard on a daily basis to push down on a daily basis, those are the things that start to come up. And I have to purge that. Sometimes I even stop my meditation and I even journal them. I stop my meditation and I even journal those so-called thoughts. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a sense of purging. You know, y'all are gonna hear me talk about that a lot. You know, that and transmutation, right? You know, that's a sense of purging. You know what I mean? It has to be done. It's uncomfortable. It is extremely uncomfortable, right? But it has to be done. So after I meditate, of course, I pray. I pray from Psalm. Again, this is a daily practice that I've created for myself. And I believe that we should have at least 3 to 4, you know, throughout the day, 3 to 4 practices that we just do, you know, disciplines that we create for ourselves. Like I said, it doesn't have to be something extremely spiritual, just super spiritual. But I do believe that everybody should have something, some type of ritual, some type of daily ritual, some type of daily practice that they do. You know, this is a part of this work. This is the part of the work that we're doing, you know. This is the part of the work that we're doing. I feel as though that a lot of us are gonna have to do it. And spirit is for whatever reason, spirit is saying to me right now, it's either you sink or you swim. What are you gonna choose? Are you gonna sink or are you gonna swim? And I know a lot of us are tired. A lot of us are exhausted. I've had my battle with that as well. But you have to keep going. The powers that be, this matrix, you know, it wants people like us. It wants individuals and spirits like us to be down and to be at that low state. We have to rise. We have to rise that energy, rise our energy. We have to. And I've always said, right, since I was a kid, your greatest weapon, your greatest tool and attribute is your mind. Then comes your heart. And even on like a health level, right, on a physical level, right, a lot of us need to start eating better, man. And this is for me as well. You know, I feel like a lot of us really need to start focusing on our diets, what we intake on a visual sense and what we intake on a dietary sense, right? A lot of us should be fasting. A lot of us should be eating more greens, you know, more fruits, more hydration. You know, there's a guy out there, he talks about H3O2, not H2O, but H3O2, right? We have to focus on that, right? This is just what I believe, man. This is the download that spirit gave me, you know. And as far as mental health, you know, and I know as far as us as men, a lot of us don't cater to our mental health. You know, we're not taught to cater to our mental health, especially as Black men and women, right? We really should start catering to our mental health. Focus on your mental health, please. Go and get the therapy. Go and talk to somebody. I believe in both therapy and spiritual advisory. I believe in both. Peace, Jerome Isaac. Peace, family. Welcome to the conversation, man. You say it becomes challenging when you try to balance that duality. It is challenging. It's supposed to be challenging. It's supposed to be challenging. Like I said, your spirit team, your ancestors, your spirit guides, they're not going to put anything on you that you can't handle. And they know this. They're not going to put anything on you that you cannot handle. You can handle it. I promise you. And I'm going to tell you something that a lot of us still have trouble with. We chose this. We chose it. We chose to go through a lot of the things that we go through in these realities. We signed the contract. So before we even incarnated into these physical bodies, we knew that this was going to be a challenge. We knew that this was going to be a challenge. Give me 1 second, family. We knew that this was going to be a challenge, you know? A challenge that we knew we were up for. This is definitely going to be a dope conversation, you know what I mean? This is definitely a dope conversation to have right now. And no better time than Sunday. You know, a lot of our family members have come home from church, you know. A lot of our family members are probably still at church. You know what I mean? So, you know, this was something that I had to do. I just couldn't put it off no more. I couldn't put it off no more than I needed to. You know, I tried to, but I just couldn't. I tried to, but I couldn't, you know. I really tried. But spirit kept prompting me, kept pushing me. My inner child was like, hey, get up. It's time to get up. My inner child just kept screaming at me, it's time to get up. It's time to get up. And of course, when I hear that message, I have to move. I have to move. I have to. No matter what's going on around me, no matter what's on my mind, I have to get up and I have to move when I hear that prompting. So when you get that assignment, when you get that prompting from spirit, when you get that prompting from your inner child, you get up and you move. No questions asked. And when spirit tells you to sit down and rest, you do so. When spirit tells you to sit down and you rest, you do so. Because a lot of us, we need it. A lot of us are exhausted. A lot of us are tired. We go through hustle and bustle every day on our daily, in our daily lives, being so tapped into this matrix, it takes a toll on you. Excuse me. It takes a toll on you. It really does. It truly does. So when you get that prompting to just rest this physical body and go into another realm, go into another world, you do so. You do so. It's a lesson more than a loss. We put things down to pick them up in a better. Exactly. Right. And a lot of us, we take those losses, and I'm guilty of this as well. You know, we take those losses and we place so much value on the loss, and we don't realize that it's a lesson. We let those so-called losses weigh on us and not realizing that there's a lesson within that. It's a lesson. That's a powerful statement. It's a lesson. It's nothing more than a lesson, nothing less of a lesson. Telling you, when you learn that form of transmutation, you win it. You win at life. You win it. You win at this. You win. Like, you win. And a lot of us, man, I say this all the time, but a lot of us, like, we take the long road, the hard road. A lot of us are playing this game on hard mode. You know, we're the rogues. We're rogues of this path. You know, a lot of people try to take the easy way. A lot of people try to take the easy way. A lot of people try to take the, you know, we're taking the road less traveled. We're taking the road less traveled. You know what I mean? A lot of people are afraid. A lot of people are afraid to take these, you know, to walk these paths and to walk these roads. Again, as I said before, you know, I'm extremely proud of my inner child, you know, extremely proud, because he's shown me how strong we can really be. He's shown me how powerful we can really be. He's shown me that. Day in and day out, he's shown me that, you know. And another thing I want to talk about too, right, is that we have to understand that this is both a masculine and a feminine fight. This is both a masculine and a feminine battle, because I believe that the masculine governs the logic, meaning the mind. The feminine controls the heart. We have to be tapped into, but on a spiritual sense, we're both masculine, divine feminine. We're both divine masculine and divine feminine. Ashe. That's a powerful statement. I appreciate that. Achieving higher planes. Exactly. We have to look at those planes, those mental planes, spiritual planes. We have to go to higher planes. We have to. And I feel like that's what this shift is about to take us. That's where this shift is about to take us right now, right? And that segues perfectly into what I'm talking about, because like I said, you know, this is both a masculine and feminine battle that we're faced with, right? Divine masculine, divine feminine. We have to be connected to both aspects of self on a daily basis. Ask your divine masculine, you know, what direction are we going in? Ask your divine feminine, what are you feeling right now? Right. It definitely does take all three. The child, man, elder, Ashe, definitely. It definitely will. It definitely will always lead to the heart. That's a powerful statement. I appreciate y'all for for chiming into this, man. You know, like I said, I definitely can't wait to open this up and you know, allow whoever wants to be a part of this conversation. I can't wait to be able to, you know, collab and speak with a lot of you guys, man. A lot of you guys have powerful can add to this conversation and have powerful, you know, ideas and theories about certain things. So, you know, and on a physical sense, I want to talk about the masculine and feminine, right? Now, we all know in today's society that, and this is something that I'm kind of reluctant to even talk about, but I feel like it needs to be talked about. You know, I feel like today there's a lot of there's this war between men and women. There's this war between men and women, right? Especially black men and black women, right? And I believe that As much as women need men, men need women. And I'll say this, man, if you have somebody right now in your life that you can call your soulmate, that you can call your twin flame, whatever the case may be, you hold on to that person. If you know that that person holds a traditional value, that person still believes in those old ways, you hold on to that. Because when divine masculine and divine feminine come together, they come together as one. They come together as one. We need that right now. We need that energy right now, that frequency of love. We need that right now. If you have that, hold on to it. We need it. That frequency is such a powerful space to be in. It's such a powerful state to be in. Hold on to it. For as long as you possibly can. And I know it's difficult. I know it's challenging, but as I said before, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. Because anything worth having is going to be challenging, and you have to wait. You have to be patient. This shift is going to require so much energy, and it's going to take so much energy. Right, exactly. Telling you right now, man, we need that. We need that energy. That's why the energy goes through flux. Mother and father, this is how we become whole, needing those powers where hands all purposes and divine. Define your soul path. Exactly. Exactly. Right. Exactly. Alpha and Omega, you know, mother, father, we need that energy. We need that in order to pave this way, because we have so much control. A lot of us realize that a lot of us are starting to realize how much control we have over our realities. So as you're paving that road, as you're paving that path for yourself, understand that you need that divine feminine. You need that divine masculine. Hold on to that. Right. That independent woman, like, you know, I don't need a man illusion. Like it's just that. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. And I feel like this is something that the powers that the powers that be have programmed our women to understand, that this is truth when it's not. It's not truth. It's not truth. It's not truth. You need us as much as we need you. That's the only way. This is the only way we can get through this. I feel like that conversation that needs to end. To me, it needs to end. I say sending those 888. Hey, it's the year of 8. You know, I'll be 26 this year. You know, Band Clap, you reminded me of this, man. I'll be 26 this year. That equals to 8. In the year of 8. This is gonna be a huge transformation for me this year. It's uncomfortable right now, but once this transformation is complete, it's gonna be powerful. It's gonna be a powerful transformation. It's gonna be a powerful shift. September 14th, that's my birthday. You know, powerful shift. And another thing that Spirit is placing on me right now, right? is that leap of faith. Is that leap of faith, you know? A lot of us are going to be taking those leaps of faith. Like it's going to come down to a decision you have to make. And that's a powerful 33. That's when Jesus died. You know, we talk about that a lot. That's when Jesus died, you know? So a lot of us are going to be taking a leap of faith. You're not going to have a choice. Like, again, you're either going to sink or swim. Yeah, big Gemini. Yeah. A lot of us, we're either going to we're going to make that decision to either sink or swim. You're going to be forced to take that leap of faith. When you get that idea, you're going to do it. There's not going to be a question over whether I should do. Like, again, before I got on here, I was supposed to go live Monday. I wasn't going to go live until like Monday, Tuesday. Spirit say, no, you need to get up to date. You need to get up to date. It's time to get up to date. And there's no better day to talk about this than Sunday. There's no better day than to talk about this, man. Mask, hide the truth. Anyone can say something, but live in those words. Exactly. Right. Living in that. And choosing, and it goes back to what I was just saying, choosing, making that choice. I'm glad that segues perfectly. That segues perfectly, right? That choice and that decision, a lot of people are not gonna have. You're gonna have to take that leap of faith and dive into and you know, dive head first into that state of love. A lot of us are going to be finding those soulmates this year, you know, and you're going to have a decision to make, a choice to make. And like you said, Jerome, a lot of people, a lot of women, men are choosing to stay in that space and having that way of thinking, you know. Oh, you say you're on the cusp, Capricorn and Aquarius, and those are powerful placements. Those are powerful placements. So yeah, a lot of us are going to be taking those leaps of faith, man. Like I said, I can't wait to hear about the stories. I can't wait to hear about the come ups. You know, I can't wait to hear about them. I can't wait to see, you know, people who were looked over be put in the limelight. Individuals who were looked over, you know, knowing that they've had this star power. You know you've had this star power for so long, and you're finally being noticed. You're finally being seen. I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to, you know, be able to say that I called it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of us are gonna be in that space, in that state. This is what I'm seeing, you know. But right now we just have to go through the shadow work. We have to go through that, you know, that be in that space. So where it's so uncomfortable and it hurts and it's painful, you know, but I know at the end of that, it's going to be worth it. At the end of that, I know that it's going to be worth it. I know it's going to be worth it, you know. Right. I say man and woman have right, and that's the thing. Like we all have our woes. We all have our, but it's like if you stay in that constant state of woe is me, like what are you gonna gain out of that? What are you gonna gain from that? There's nothing to gain from that. I'm telling you, I went years with that same story, that woe is me, story. Like I went years, and I saw what it was doing to me. I saw how painful that was. I saw how painful. I felt how painful that was to just live, in that state. It was so uncomfortable. But again, I'm grateful for that, because I realized that I'm choosing to stay in this state. So now I can choose to get out of that state. I chose to be in that state, so I chose to get out of it. I had to. For a long time, man, this is something that I rarely talk about. As a young kid, growing up, there are a lot of things that I've seen, and Spirit is wanting me to talk about this, man. My parents, they fought a lot. I love both of my parents. They have their own faults, but and me and my dad, we don't necessarily have, the best relationship, but I still love them. My parents, they fought a lot, you know what I mean? And in school, I was constantly picked on, whether it be for for being a Michael Jackson fan, whether it be for, liking anime, whatever it was, right? Talked about, picked on, whatever the case may be, right? And I got into a lot of fights in elementary. And during that time, it went from them saying that I had anger issues to them saying that I was bipolar. This is something that I went through, Them saying that I had anger issues and that I was bipolar. And for a long time, up until I want to say middle school, 7th, 8th grade, I really believed that. But deep down inside, I knew that there wasn't anything wrong with me, And having that placed on you at such a young age, like it can do something to a young child, especially a young black boy. Like, it can really do something to you, And it really took a toll on my mental health as I got older, But I was grateful enough to have certain things in my life that I was, halfway decent at. Drawing, dancing, singing, even playing guitar to a certain extent, even though I didn't really get serious about that until I was like 19. But I even had that, right? And I feel like having those things, had it not been for that, there's no telling. You guys probably, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation right now. I would probably be a completely different person had I not had those things, and I'm grateful, So I really feel like right now, mental health is like something that we should really be focused on right now. Allow Spirit to guide you. Speak to your higher self, I appreciate you for being here, Ty. I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for engaging with us and having this conversation with us. Definitely grateful. Definitely grateful for you being here. Like I said, having that label, and like I said, I went so long with believing that. And I realized how painful it was, and how it molded me, right? It wasn't until I was about 17, 18 years old that I realized, actually, no, before that, 15, I realized I don't have to, I chose not to believe that. And I was upset with myself, the fact that I even allowed anybody to place that label onto me. There's nothing wrong with me. And this is where I started to learn this sense of controlling those emotions. And I'm still learning. I'm not, I'm not all the way there, but I'm definitely still learning. Knowing how to move that energy around and knowing when to move that energy around, knowing when to move that energy around and knowing how to move that energy around was so important to me. I was known for dancing, known for drawing as a kid, and it was such a good feeling when I got a certain reaction, and to be honest, whether it was good or bad, because I knew that there was some type of engagement or some type of attention that was on me for something that I was creating. And as long as that there was some type of attention that was on me for something that I was creating and not some type of toxic behavior, I would prefer that over the latter. It's just, it was such a powerful feeling and experience. And this is something that recently I've gotten back into, 25 now. I've just recently really started drawing again. And sooner or later, I may start dancing again, and of course, quite naturally, if you guys go check out my content, go and check out my videos and things of that nature, I play my guitar, and you're going to see a lot more of that. You're going to hear a lot more of that, right? So having these things that I practice and having these things that I have to create was therapeutic for me. It was highly therapeutic. It was meditation. As I said before, these things were meditation for me. They were meditation, They were definitely meditation. And even now, I've even found that, as we go on this path, we unlock gifts and talents that that were hidden, or whether they were hidden or they were just locked away. A lot of us are going to unlock those certain gifts and talents. I got a shout out band clap for this man. He was the one who really pushed me into doing my readings. You guys don't understand, right? Titles given by men who don't understand what the matter is, instead by exactly. They label you if they don't understand you. Exactly. They label you. It's so healing. It's so healing. Dancing, writing, singing is so healing. That segues perfectly, right? Doing these readings, that's also a form of, again, if you guys go check out my content. I do weekly readings, being able to pull those cards and allow spirit to use me as a vessel, and I know that it's helping somebody and I'm connecting with somebody and I'm able to help them and I'm able to guide them. Again, I'm just a vessel. It's such an amazing feeling. It's such a peaceful feeling. And I love it. I love the feeling. I love that energy that I have, that it's like it instantly raises me. It instantly raises my frequency, and my inner child loves it, And I know that people are so used to Exactly. You always saw women. So like we're men, and we have this sense to where like, damn, like, is it feminine? Like, would it be Nah, like that was something that we needed to tap into, because I felt the same way. I'm like, man, you mainly see women doing it. You mainly see women doing readings. Nah, that was something that we had to tap into. We have to tap into that, you know? So yeah, doing those readings, man, I love doing them. Again, if you guys want to receive a reading, you guys can hit my bio, hit my description. My link to my website is in my in the description. Go straight to my website. Chat with me. Especially with tarot cards. Exactly. You guys can even email me, Satrilrose@gmail.com. Email me, and we can set you guys up a reading. And especially, like you said, with tarot cards, right? I'm using playing cards. And that was something that, I'm just, I don't know. I can't even remember how I found those cards. I was just in the house one day and I just seen a deck of playing cards. I'm like, let me see something real quick. And that's when I came across the practice of cartomancy, right? Now, a lot of people don't know that, one, playing cards were actually used as tarot cards before they became a game. Same with tarot cards. Tarot cards were actually a playing. It was opposite almost. Tarot cards were actually used as, a game. It was actually used as a card game, right? So someone along, throughout history found that you can use these cards as a form of divination, right? As a form of divination. So, as we all know, our ancestors were, they were in a certain space, in a certain state. A lot of our ancestors, that's all they had. A lot of our ancestors didn't know anything about tarot cards. I didn't have, and that's a powerful number. My master number is a 22, but I only use the 4. That's a powerful number. That's a powerful number. Yeah. So a lot of our ancestors, all they had were playing cards. A lot of our ancestors were right. It definitely goes back to as far as Atlantis. It really does. That form of divination. It really does. Yep. A lot of our ancestors, that's all they had were the playing cards. Poker was a big thing since forever, right? And a lot of our ancestors were root workers. Definitely root workers. You know what I mean? And that's all they had at one point. So, and I'm glad you guys are talking about numerology, because looking at those playing cards, and understanding that numerology, understanding those numbers in those cards, it's such a powerful thing, because I feel like you need to know your life path. We need to know our life paths. I'm a life path 5. And I'm still learning on a daily basis what that means. You know what I mean? Still learning on a daily basis what that means and what that entails for me. You know what I mean? So understanding those cards, like, they speak to me on such a divine frequency, on such a divine level. Like, my inner child has a field day with them. So being able to express myself and being able to be in a space to where I'm helping somebody with something that I love to do, it's such a powerful experience. Being able to express myself and being able to, give that part of myself and share that part of myself with my soul family. It's such a beautiful thing to experience. It's such a beautiful thing to experience, That was Aaliyah. Oh, I didn't even know that. That's Aaliyah's life path. Akasha. That's powerful. And I just spoke about the Akashic records too. Like I said before, man, I appreciate all of y'all for being here. You know what I mean? Definitely grateful for everybody that's on here. You know, beyond grateful. Words can't explain how grateful I am right now. You know what I mean? I love doing this. It's extremely, you know, just being able to do this is enjoyable, you know? Just being able to do this and being able to just get on here and engage with you guys. Like this, I love doing this work. And again, I want to do it as for as long as I possibly can, you know? So definitely appreciate you guys for engaging. Definitely appreciate you guys for conversating with, you know, for having this conversation with me, you know. But yeah, man, I feel like during this time, we should really work on that heart chakra, really work on that crown chakra, you know, the heart and mind connection. West Indian and that's powerful ancestors, bro. West Indian and African. And you know, that's something that you know, spirit also gave me that download, man. You know, a lot of us, yeah, we're warriors. You know, we come from that long line of warriors, but even warriors have to know when it's time to rest. Even warriors have to acknowledge the pain, the hurt, the trauma. That's what makes you that warrior, is being able to acknowledge that and in being able to fight that battle on a daily basis that, you know, a lot of people are afraid to, you know, to fight. And I feel like, again, as men, you know, as men, we do everything in our power to ignore it. We do everything in our power to, you know, to suppress it. But you have to face it. It's a lot of guys out here right now. You see in the media. You see in the media. You know, the narcissism. You know what I mean? Guys out here right now, man, I had watched a video a while back, right? There was a guy saying that basically, and I wish I can pull it up. You know, there was a guy who was saying that basically, you know, a lot of guys think that going to jail, you know, is masculine. No, that just makes you overly emotional. That makes you overly emotional than what you're supposed to be. That doesn't make you, and it's like we wear this as a badge of honor. We wear this as a badge of honor. You know, a lot of black men wear that as a badge of honor. You know what I mean? It just makes you an overly emotional male. We see it on a daily basis, what that does to us. Exactly. And I'm glad you spoke on that. Having that sense of healthy intuition and emotional intelligence. Like, we're taught not to show emotion. Not to show emotion, not to, you know what I mean? We're taught not to show emotion, but it's like, by suppressing that, you're doing more harm than good. You're doing more harm to yourself than good. And this is why I will forever preach about, you know, and speak about controlling your emotions as a man. Especially as a man. Because we're taught not to show emotion or not to have emotion, you know? And this is something that, like I said, this is something that I'm constantly learning. Constantly learning on a daily basis. This is something that I'm constantly learning on a daily basis, you know? I love this convo. Again, like I said, I appreciate it, you know? Definitely something that needed to happen tonight. Definitely something that needed to happen, you know. And if you are on this channel, if you are in this chat right now, you know that you're a light being. You know that you have a certain energy and an aura, and that you radiate a certain frequency, you know, a highly divine frequency, you know. Exactly. Respect is more important than hypermasculinity. You know, a lot of guys feel like you don't get respect. You don't get respect by just coming off with this hyper masculine, like this toxic, you know, this energy. You don't gain respect from that. You gain respect by being a stand-up dude and having morals and values and principles, like you said. You know. And I feel like this is the reason why, you know, and you know, just to get a little personal, right? I feel like this is why my shadow work has been so intense, because I feel like my shadow work has been so intense based off of the fact that once I become this masculine, this divine masculine that I'm supposed to be, this sacred masculine that I'm supposed to be, you know, once I gain that power or step into that power, I can't have that, you know, that energy to where I'm on some Diddy type, you know what I'm saying? I'm on some Diddy type, Suge Knight type of timing, you know? That narcissistic, just controlling, egotistic, like, you know, energy. Because, you know, when certain men gain that power, when certain men gain that respect, or that, you know, have that certain, you know, in a certain area, in a certain arena, field, or industry, they become narcissists. They become, that's not where I want to be. That's not where I want to be. You know? Like I said, I feel like that's the shadow work that I've been doing. That's the shadow work that I've been working through. You know, I have men in my family who, you know what I mean? Like, again, I love them all, but I come from a very interesting line of men, you know. Come from a very, very interesting line of men. And if I'm being completely and truly, utterly honest with you guys, I don't have any positive male role models that I could look up to when I was a child. I didn't have that. And honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I've gotten into quarrels with a lot of my uncles and a lot of my cousins, you know what I mean? So I didn't necessarily have that positive male role model that I could look up to. I had to learn how to be that on my own. I had to learn through trial and error, and I'm still learning. I'm still young, and I'm still learning on a daily basis how to be that. You know, still learning. And I feel like I was put here to become something different, to be something different. I was placed here to be something different, to cleanse that bloodline, so to speak, you know. Exactly. And that was something that my higher self had to show me. I went through this many lifetimes before. Many lifetimes before I went through this. Ashe, it was designed that way. It definitely was. It truly was. It truly was. It definitely was designed that way. You know, I was chosen to be something different. I had to be something different. You know what I mean? So like I said, y'all, like, man, this quantum leap, and I don't know, this is just what Spirit told me to call it. This is just what Spirit told me to call it. You know what I mean? It may or may not be that. It may or may not be that, but I know that this is going to be a powerful shift. And I feel like it's going to be that quantum leap to where we're going to be in a different reality. We're going to be in a different space, in a different state. So you have to have that alignment. Stay connected to your higher self. Stay connected to your inner child. Stay connected to your inner child. I promise you, like, this is going to be such a powerful state that we're going to be in, a powerful space that we're going to be in. Man, 2025 is already a powerful year. And we haven't even, I don't know. I just feel like I'm already there. I'll be honest with you. Like, we're in 2024, but I feel like we're already in 2025. A lot of us, you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of us are already there, you know? The fact that we're even having this conversation, that a lot of people just are not, that are just not having this conversation on like a mainstream, you know, level. It just shows that. It just shows that, you know, we're ahead of the times. We're ahead of the time, you know what I mean? Yep, it's already happening. Like I said, you look in the media, like, you know, you look at all of the things that are supposed to happen, that are supposed to be happening, that's lowering out. And I feel like, and I predicted this last year, right? This sense of fear monger. You know what I mean? And I feel like fear is such a beautiful thing, because it just lets you know that, it gives you that choice to either allow that to consume you, or you use it as fuel, right? You see bridges are collapsing, blackouts, outages, natural disasters, all of these things being shown. All of these things being shown to put us in a state of fear. There are even people telling us not to do shadow work. Certain religions and certain doctrines that speak against, certain systems that speak against shadow work. Saying that it's the work of the devil, it's the work of demons. You're going to summon demons, or whatever the case may be, right? Why do you think that is? These are all things that are meant to lower your frequency. These are things that are meant to put you in a state of just docile and stagnation spiritually. A lot of us have sold so many pieces of our souls. Like, you're so disconnected from your soul. And again, this alignment, this crown and heart alignment, that's the connection to your soul. And to say that you're connected to your inner child is to say that you're connected to your soul. Stay connected to that. Man, y'all share this stream. Y'all like this stream. Subscribe, comment. You know, this is a powerful conversation, y'all. This is a powerful conversation. Exactly. They fear us finding freedom and truth, being our authentic selves. Exactly. And think about how many of us out there are afraid of being our authentic selves. Are afraid of being I can speak for myself. I'm guilty of this myself. I've been in spaces, I've been in work, you know, workspaces to where I was afraid of being myself, of talking a certain way, speaking about certain things and having certain conversations, you know what I mean? Like, expressing myself in certain ways. because I was afraid of what somebody might think of me. Or I was afraid. You get what I'm saying? 90% exactly. And I'm gonna tell you, like, the last time I've even been in that space of anxiousness and that space of anxiety was when I had to be in that space. My inner child was extremely uncomfortable. My inner child was extremely uncomfortable. Extremely uncomfortable. He didn't like it. He didn't like not being able to express himself. He hated it. He did not like it. He couldn't stand being in that state. It was just so uncomfortable. But again, that was something that I needed. That was an experience that I needed to have to show me that I need to stay connected to that I need to stay connected to my soul. I can give you guys all the practical techniques and meditations and, rituals, whatever the case may be. But only you know how to get connected, where that connection is. Only you know. Only you know where the plug is. Only you know. So family spirit is telling me that it's time to get on up out of here. It was definitely amazing speaking with you guys and having this conversation with you guys. As always, I'm beyond grateful, for all of the support that I've had. I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. My next goal is to hit 1,000. Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm trying to beat this algorithm, y'all. Trying to beat this algorithm, and if y'all still liking those videos of me, pulling those cards, I'll definitely be back doing that as well. Weekly readings, ancestor readings. And again, if you guys would like to book a reading, a personal reading with me, my business email is Satrilrose, SATRIL Rose @gmail.com. My website will be in the description. You can also hit me on Instagram at Satrilrose. Satrilrose. It'll be an honor to be able to read for you guys. It'll be an honor. It would be an honor. My shape. Love always, people.